Hello everybody. So I've had a few people ask me the story of Barn. And I think Barn would like to tell the story, you know. He's a bit of a showman. But what Barney's origin story is, how I came to have Barn by my side. But yeah, I thought I'd tell you how Barney came along. I would be nothing without Barney. He is my sidekick, my everything. Absolutely everything to me. You can tell he's got his own chair. Can't have Barney left out, can we? So I've always wanted a dog. Always. I grew up in a doggy family. Grew up with a little Patterdale Terrier, Sassy, who was my absolute world, honestly. As much as she was a family dog, she was definitely my dog. You know, she would wait for everybody to enter the house and just sit there to see if I was coming into the house. And sometimes I'd hide around the corner. And when she realised I wasn't coming into the house, she'd then go and greet my mum, whoever else was coming along, my brother, my stepdad. And then I'd burst into the house and she'd forget those guys and be like, oh, Lucy's here. So she was definitely my dog. She came everywhere with me. We'd go on runs together and do everything. When I left home, I always promised I'd never leave without her. But I did. In the end, I wasn't allowed to take her with me. My setup wasn't practical to have her with me. It's not fair to take a dog if you're going to leave them all the time. So I always wanted a dog, but vowed I wouldn't get one until I was responsible enough to have one and be there for them all the time. So I got myself Prinny, my cat, and I basically turned her into my dog. She would come for walks with me and greet me when I came through the door, roll on her back, and I'd give her belly rubs, and she'd sit in my lap all day long. She was my dog. And then when I got the job at the campsite, I thought, this is my time. I work here, I live here, I'm here all the time. It's time to get a dog. And I went to the campsite with a boyfriend, and he wasn't the doggiest of people, let's say. He didn't grow up with dogs. He just hadn't been raised with them, so it wasn't natural to him. And I wanted a rescue. You know, I wanted to save a dog that was unlikely to have the best home and give them the best home. But my boyfriend at the time was pretty adamant that if we got a dog, it had to be a brand new puppy. And I didn't like the idea of finding a breeder. I'm not really big on the idea of breeding dogs when there are so many dogs to be saved in the world. But we managed to find a happy compromise, and we found a family that had 2 springers, a girl and a boy, and they had a happy accident. Their family dogs had a litter, and Barney was part of that litter. So we went over to, I think, Fordingbridge, somewhere New Forest way in the south of England, go and choose our puppy from their litter. And firstly, when I got there, I fell in love with a little puppy that I called Wonky. Let's just say he was the ugliest dog out of the pack, and I thought he'd be the last one to be chosen. So I was pretty set on Wonky. But whilst we were there, Barney wouldn't leave me alone. And he was honestly the best looking dog out of the bunch. He was absolutely gorgeous, always has been the most handsome dog in the world. And Barney just was on me, followed me. He just seemed to want to be with me more than any of the other dogs. So Barney chose me, really. He was the runt of the litter, believe it or not, with his huge size. He's basically a lab, with the size of him. But his mum had all the other puppies. I think there was 6 or 7 puppies. Let's say there was 7. His mum gave birth to the first 6 puppies, and they thought that was it. They thought she was done. And then the next day, I think 12 hours later, Barney popped out. He had a little bit of extra time in the womb, chilled out on his own. And I think that's actually given him a bit of a personality, a bit of a trait, where he's quite an independent dog. Even with his other brothers and sisters, he was slightly on the outside of his brothers and sisters. He did his own thing, had to muscle in on his own to get a teat. He's always been a bit of an independent style dog. We actually met up with the other brothers and sisters and mum and dad on their birthdays every year for the first at least 2 years, maybe 3 years of them growing up. So on their birthday, which is actually only a couple of days away. Barney's birthday soon. You're going to be 6 years old, Barn. 6! Who could have believed it? What happened to those 6 years? Feels like yesterday. It does, just like yesterday. But yeah, we met up with the other group and we'd go to the New Forest and all the other puppies would run and dive into the big puddles. At this time of year, there's always puddles in England. But he wasn't up for diving into the pools. He was actually a little bit water scared. It took me a long time to encourage him into the water. I think he was 2 years old before he first swam. And I actually pushed him into the water. He was wanting to get in. We were on a groin at the sea and he was sort of putting his paws down and trying to climb in, but he was too... That's my glove, Barn. That's my glove. What are you going to do with that? I'm going to need that glove. But yeah, he was too scared to get in, so I gave him a bit of an encouraging shove and he fell into the water and had to swim. And he was good at it, but he quickly came out of the water and was scared. So he came back onto the groin and he did actually jump back in the end. But he doesn't tend to jump into water. He will only lower himself into water that he can walk into. He's not much of a diver. And they say spaniels adore water. And he does, but he's still tentative, aren't you, Barn? You don't just dive in like all the other spaniels. But yeah, so he joined me at the campsite. What year was it, Barn? Oh, 2018. So in 2018, he came along and he grew up at the campsite, riding around on the quad with me. And I had accommodations to clean, 6 accommodations at the campsite. It was a wedding venue, an Airbnb. It was more of a wedding venue and an Airbnb than it ever was a campsite, but I always call it the campsite. Had a big marquee and everything else. And yeah, he'd jump on the quad with me as we'd go and clean the accommodations every day and tell anybody off that came down in the dark to buy firewood sacks outside of my caramansion. He had a dog flap on the door to begin with. He fitted outside of the cat flap, or fitted through the cat flap. And then he got too big, so we upgraded the cat flap to a dog flap, put that on the back door, and moved the cat flap to the front door. So they both had their own exit. And yeah, he lived the life. He could go out at 2 in the morning if he wanted to, but he never chose to. He was always right by me, you know, like he is now. Wherever I go, Barn goes. And he's just been the most perfect sidekick that I could ever ask for. He's incredible. He's the most loving, affectionate dog in the whole wide world. Gives me proper cuddles. Doesn't tend to kiss me on the face, which is amazing. I've trained that into him. Don't like licks on the face. Every other dog I have seems to, their first instinct is to lick me on the face. But we don't do that. But he will if you let him. So he has different rules for different people. Whatever he gets away with, he will do. For example, my boss at work, he's a real pushover with him. And Barn will put his paws all over him. His first instinct is to jump up and put his paws all over him. And he'll dive on him and say, give me a treat, give me a treat. And he'll snatch it out of his hand. That's only because he's allowed him to. He'd never do that with me. Same when we go to my mum's house, dives on the sofas. He would never do that in the caravan. If he had wet, muddy paws, he was allowed into the caravan with his wet, muddy paws because we just had laminate everywhere. And I was happy to let him do that throughout the day. And then I'd clean up on the evening and dry him off. And then he was allowed on the sofa. There's no chance he would ever just dive on the sofa with muddy paws. And same for in my van. He goes under the sofa in my van if he's wet and muddy. And once he's dry, he can come onto the bed area. And he's allowed to sleep with me. I do love a bedtime cuddle. But naturally, Barney prefers to sleep on his own. I think I'm a bit too much of a fidget bum. And he's like, that's enough. I'm going into my own area. But no, he's absolutely incredible. And I couldn't be without him. I would recommend absolutely anybody get an English Springer Spaniel. And everyone's always like, oh, you've got a lot of work on your hands with those Springer Spaniels. They're wild, aren't they? And he's not. You know, he's calm, chilled, got a really nice energy to him. And I think, well, I don't know if that's the way he's been raised, whether it's because he doesn't want for anything. He's always got my full undivided attention. So it's not like he's cooped up whilst I'm working and then suddenly allowed to go out for a walk. He's always allowed to release his energy, so I don't think he's ever too wild. The only time I ever have a problem to calm him down is if we go to a friend's house. And then he's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm at a friend's house. Oh my god, I love this friend, I love this friend. Let me sniff every corner of their house. Come on, let me sniff every corner. And then it takes him a good 10 minutes to calm down. My friends have normally got a cat somewhere to find or animals to smell. I blame that, but I also blame his excitement to see them. You'll have seen videos of him dragging me down the street. That's normally when we go into a friend's house. He is better at directions than I am. He knows where we are at all times. You know, he knows the smell of a place and he's like, oh my god, we're close to somewhere I know. Let me drag you there. I haven't done much training on the lead. He's always off the lead. He's fairly trusted. He's fairly feral, honestly. So any naughtiness while on the lead is totally my fault. And he can be good on the lead. If I put some effort into telling him, you know, we don't pull, then he gets it. But I just don't do it often enough. So I take full responsibility for that. But like I say, he's so good off the lead that it's barely ever an issue. That wasp was a bit intrusive. The most perfect dog in the whole wide world. I don't know if you can see him down here at the moment, but he's just by my feet, resting, relaxing. Like I say, he's just happy wherever I am. I think I'm the same.
Cross my heart and paint my eyes, color my lips and swallow my pride. I lose my sleep most every night.
Well, that's a pond if I ever did see one, isn't it, Barn?
I wash your face and tie your shoes. You scream in my face when you've got the blues. But I'll fall down if it makes you smile. You're my girl, yeah, I'm your guy. And baby, there's nothing in the whole wide world I wouldn't do for you.
This is bloody amazing. This is my bin that I've been, no, you stay there. This is my bin I've been coming to for every time. And the last few days I've been like, where on earth is my dustpan and where's my dustpan? No, my brush. There it is. Right, do a rubbish drop off.
Swim and twist my heart into a knot. This long road, it's got me swinging heavy. It's got my neck stretched out like a swan without a song. Still has got me laughing, still has got me bawling like a man chasing his hat. Just one line, I could bring us closer. Closer than old friends, or than your mama and your dad. But it's always over the hill, over the hill. There's a
People keep saying I need a digger. A mini digger's not going to keep you fit and healthy, is it? Where's the fun in that? Be done in 2 seconds. And where would be the satisfaction? I'm going to look at this pond when it's done and know every nook and cranny, every rock that came out of it. I look at all the rocks on the edge and remember how much of a pain in the arse they were. That's why they call it a labour of love. You've got to have love for it to do this. And I definitely do. No mini diggers here. I don't really want anything like that. I want to do it all by hand. Kind of to prove to myself that I can, but also to prove to other people that you can do it on a budget. You know, you don't need fancy things to build a paradise. Just your hands and a few tools that don't need recharging or petrol. If anybody knows any laws about digging a pond, let me know. I've googled it and googled it and googled it, and I can't find anything that says I'm not allowed to. So, you know, if I'm doing something I shouldn't and you know it, and you know which law I'm breaking, then please tell me. I can't find anything. There is a big plan. I would like to put mains, water and electricity here. There's some poles literally on the doorstep. It won't cost very much to get mains, water and electricity here and build an agricultural shed and a pond. That's pretty much my only plans. And a food forest.
There's another hill that try to break my will. His tired voice lay out in the body. Maybe I don't know when it's gonna
And then it's more pickaxe time. It's definitely coming along now. Barn.
Leaves are changing colors, collecting when they hit the ground. I don't think fall would be quite as pretty if you weren't around. Nights are getting cold, light a fire. Won't you hold me dear? Won't you hold me close? Winter's just ahead and trees are glaring at the ground below. Stealing all their leaves, all they're left naked except for some snow. We're building men that soon will melt and be forgotten, but we can't forget these times. sometime. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. I'm I know I'm home. I'm home. I'm home.
You got me excited in 1,000 little ways. Colors feeling brighter, getting better every day. You got me feeling good. Oh, 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 if I hold love in my hand, then I've got love in my heart. Yes, I gotta share, 'cause this is where it starts. You got me feeling good. Oh, 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 year after year, though it seems like we change, some things I want to stay the same. You got me feeling good. Oh, 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 you got me feeling good.
20 years running from what's always been true. I didn't want to face it, but you saw right through. I've been trying to fight it, and now I'm black and blue. I had a head full of words until I heard from you when you said, ooh. I know it's hard sometimes, but honey, you can't hide the heart, the heart, the heart, the heart don't lie. Oh, it'll bend, it'll break, but it won't deny the truth. It might feel like we're losing control, but we'll always come back light don't lie. 10 years sober and it's all your fault. I remember knowing that I knew what I knew and I knew it all. And you said, slow it down. Be careful now with the heart, the heart, the heart. The heart don't lie, it'll pull, it'll bend, it'll break, but it won't deny the truth. And it might feel like we're losing control, but we'll always come back to the heart, the heart, the heart. The heart don't lie. It might feel like we're losing control. It won't let you walk away, walk away. It won't let you, it won't let you walk away, walk away. We'll always come back to the heart, the heart, the heart. The heart don't lie, oh, it'll tear, it'll break, but it won't deny the heart, the heart, the heart. The heart don't lie, oh, it'll tear, it'll break, but it won't deny the truth. It might feel like we're losing control, but we'll always come back to the heart, heart, the heart. The heart don't lie, the heart, the heart, the heart. The heart don't lie. The heart don't lie.
My blisters are like, babe, take a break. They've made the call for us, but it's coming along, isn't it, Barn? I'm stood on the rocks up here. It's definitely a bit deeper than it was this morning. Hola! Right, we've just done another Continente shop. I can't seem to go into these places without spending €100, or £100 even. But now we're going to go to our favourite shop in Castelo Branco, Hyper China, where it isn't a Chinese supermarket, it is a shop that sells just about everything you can think of. Pretend flowers, air fresheners, bug spray, airers, clothes pegs, bins, you know, everything you could ever think of. Earrings. So yeah, we're going to go to Hyper China now.
Cross my heart and paint my eyes, color my lips and swallow my pride. I lose my sleep most every night, but that's alright, 'cause you are mine. I wash your face and tie your shoes. You scream in my face when you've got the blues, but I'll fall down if it makes you smile. You're my girl, yeah.